I finally went to go and watch Sinners after its record-breaking 16 Oscar nominations. If you've been following the channel for a while, you will know that I follow the Oscars and I will try and watch every single Oscar-nominated movie I possibly can and then make my predictions for you here, which are usually wrong. But yes, finally saw Sinners. Woo! Welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Katrina and I make bookish content as well as movie reviews here on this channel every week. All of my movie reviews are spoiler free and I will leave a playlist of my recent reviews linked up above. I will also at some point link an Oscars 2025 playlist with any movies that I've already talked about here on this channel so that you can kind of follow the journey along. So yes, it has been nominated for 16 Oscars, which is like, you know, you look across for all the boxes that it ticks and almost everyone's like ticked. It can't be a short, it can't be animated, it can't be both original and adapted screenplay, but that's about it. Like, it has been nominated for everything. And when it first came out, I don't know, I'd seen some trailers for it and I was like, this doesn't really look like me, and heard some stuff about it and I was like, still doesn't really look like me. I just don't know. So didn't end up going to see it, then regretted that. So they've re-released, I think because of all the Oscar hype, but they basically re-released it in IMAX. So I went to go and watch it in IMAX, which is obviously the optimum viewing experience because you've got the picture, you've got the sound. And this was, we said when we went to go and see it, probably the best use of like the IMAX ultimate everything Dolby blah blah surround sound, because I genuinely kept thinking throughout this film that there was somebody talking like next to me, like right here, or that something was going on. Just literally, I felt like I was completely in the movie, and I really don't think that that's happened so vividly so often before. The only time I've kind of like looked behind me to see, oh, was that person talking to me or was it part of the film, was when I saw Wicked in the exact same screen. Well, Wicked for Good, the double bill, in that exact same screen in almost the exact same seat. So clearly I was like nicely positioned in terms of the speakers, in terms of the sound, because that's the only other time that that's happened to me. So in terms of the sound nominations for this film, totally deserved because the sound was something that we noticed and commented on. Visually as well, you know, it's been nominated for editing and cinematography, and again, visually this film just is like, whoa. You kind of just, I mean, the setting of it is, you know, Wild West America type of thing, and so visually you've got a lot to work with there. But when you go into the towns, as well as in the cotton fields, as well as in the sawmill that becomes the jute joint, like all of the things, the visuals are stunning and like just so saturated in colour, or not, as the case may be, like whatever was needed. And then you've got this contrast in the film. The poster sort of gives you a clue about this with like the sunrise and the sunset, and so the part where it's kind of like dusky or dawny, again, the lighting is absolutely fantastic. I've always enjoyed Michael B. Jordan in a film. Like, I think that he's got an expressive face, and so sort of watching him act and watching him bounce off of others and do things in films, like in terms of the casting, fabulous. And then seeing you know, a couple of people from the MCU in there, a couple of Marvel Cinematic Universe people, but yeah, this whole like dark and light theme going on through the film. It's really hard to talk about this film with no spoilers, so it might be that I talk about things quite vaguely or there's a lot of ambiguity in what I say, but essentially I'm trying not to spoil anything. But yeah, I had no clue what the film was about going into it, and then obviously I had this sort of realization of what was going on partway through the film, and I was like, really didn't see this coming. There's a lot in here about you know, the Klan is mentioned, and you see obvious segregation in there. So this film has its roots in a lot of the segregation and the racial tensions that were going on in that part of America at that time. But they take that and they kind of amplify it, and they go, well, what if we add in this extra layer? Like, how would that affect it, and how would that kind of feed into it to a certain extent? And there's a lot of people from the Black community who talk about this a lot better than I can, or people who talk about it if you've already seen it with spoilers. So I'm not going to go into that because it would give spoilers away as well. But I think that for a film that kind of talks about that in its storytelling and tells that story alongside the very obvious story that it's telling, it does so without being like preachy or without being very obviously a message film. The music as well is absolutely fantastic. Like, not only is the sound good, but the music itself, I think it's been nominated for Best Original Song as well. And the music just really fitted with it, like the music that you have at the very beginning when we're setting the scene, when we're setting things up, and then the music that's actually sort of played in the juke joint is also very cool, and you can tell there's actual musicians at play there too. In terms of the kind of it being a little bit suspenseful, a little bit thriller, a little bit horror, there are some definite moments in it where you feel quite scared. There's quite a bit of tension. There's like a thriller aspect to it. And I think that was good because I didn't know what to expect next. I went in very much not knowing what to expect. And so then things started to happen that meant I then didn't know what to expect next either. And so I really liked that aspect of it. And I was still kind of left wondering and left talking about it, so much so that I came home and went into a whole like deep dive on YouTube and other socials and what have you to see what other people were saying about it, as to, you know, where we've come to this point where it's had record-breaking Oscar nominations. But yeah, I mean, overall, I still don't really know if I actually liked it. I think I was worried it would give me nightmares and it didn't, so that's a good thing. But I think as a film, I'm glad I've watched it. It's a real spectacle. I think you could definitely watch it again and get more out of it. It's not one of those that you're like, this was so shocking, I'll only watch it once, but it was amazing. I think it was, you know, shocking and good, but I think you could watch it again and like look for other details and look for other Easter eggs and like hidden messages and things like that. So should you pay your cinema going money to go and see this one? This is another one where I think if you're going to watch this film, you should try and watch it in like the best possible screen you can. I am fortunate that I got to go and watch it in IMAX, and so I had that visual, I had that sound, and so I could really appreciate the work that had gone into both of those things. And I think I was so completely absorbed in it. I was so shocked by everything that happened throughout the film. And so I think that this is one that, yes, you should pay your cinema going money to go and see. I don't think it would have the same impact if you were sitting watching it at home on the TV, or if you're sitting watching it on an aeroplane. But yes, recommend, but go in knowing that you're going to be shocked. I think that's all there is to say. So, as always, if there is a particular movie you would like me to go and watch here this week and bring my review back to you next week, please do let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on me talking about other Oscar nominated films, because I still have some other reviews coming your way that will be part of that playlist, which I will leave on the end screen here somewhere. And I will see you with my next video. Thanks for watching.